Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football, welcome back to the World Cup. It's France against Morocco, first quarter-final night, exciting times. You know, I think it's 3 weeks since the World Cup started, and 3 weeks has gone by really, really quickly. But that day without World Cup football yesterday felt like a fucking month. I mean, it was just, it was so strange. I felt like the World Cup had ended. You know, it was a weird 24 hours. So I'm glad to have it back. We're live in Boston tonight. I'm not in Boston, but this is where France and Morocco are playing. I've got me bet builder with Ball Sports. You can get yours. Scan the QR code, link in the description. We'll go through that in a moment. Yeah, how are you all feeling? I feel like I haven't seen you in ages because we haven't done a watch along in ages. I was like last night. I actually got up at like midnight and went downstairs, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And I just made myself a glass of water, which is, you say made yourself a glass of water, you just turn a tap, you don't make it. But yeah, it was like the body clock of, right, get the coffee in, let's get ready for the night game. There was no night game. There was no night game. 32 degrees it is in Boston. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's going to be a hot one. That's for sure. I'm just actually checking Miami. The thunderstorms that were potentially going to happen aren't being discussed about at the moment. So hopefully we won't get any of those for the England game. We've had too many of them. But yeah, which way do you think this is going to go? Write this game off. Argentina have won it already, Mark. Well, I've done my video on Argentina. I've had me say on Argentina. And I don't think they'll win it, but they better not. That's what I would say. That is not me. I'm not in two places at once. I am not the Moroccan head coach. We look nothing like each other. And the joke's been done too many times. Score prediction. I think France win it. I'd love Morocco to win. I think it's really dependent on how they approach the game. So we're about to start here. My bet builder with Ball Sports. If you don't know what a bet builder is, you put a few things together in one bet. They all have to come off. I've got 11-1 on this. I've got France to win, Mbappe to score at any time, over 2.5 goals, over 9.5 corners, and Dembele over 1.5 shots. So I've not gone with both teams to score here, which is sometimes, you know, I do that a lot. I'm going over 2.5 goals, over 9.5 corners, Dembele over 1.5 shots, Mbappe anytime goal scorer, and France to win. That's my bet builder, 11-1. Tell me what you think. Give it a go yourself. Links in the description or scan the QR code. We've just kicked off here. Morocco kicking the ball off. And throughout the tournament, Ball Sports have been throwing some World Cup teasers at you just for fun. So our question one, we'll give you the answer at half time. How many French-born players are actually eligible to play for Morocco's 2026 squad? Let me know your thoughts on that. How many French-born players are eligible to play for Moroccan's 2026 squad? It's quite a lot. As always, it's 18 plus, UK and Ireland only with Ball Sports. Please bet responsibly. Terms and conditions are in the description and via the QR code on the screen. How are you all doing? It's good to be back. It's really good to be back. I'm excited. We've not actually got 4 nights of quarterfinals. We've got 3. So we've got Belgium against Spain tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And then the big one Saturday night is England-Norway at 10. And then early hours of Sunday morning, it's Argentina beating Switzerland, as we all know will happen. But let me talk to you about the team news, because there are a few changes for both sides that we haven't really, you know, we might not have predicted. I don't actually know why some of these changes have been made, but you might see the number 6 there, Manu Kone, been linked with Manchester United, just got fouled there. He's playing in the midfield instead of Chimini. I don't know why that is, but he's playing with Rabiot. You've got Maignan, Koundé, Upamecano, Saliba, and Digne as the back 4. Doué, Elise, Dembele, Mbappe. So Barcola is on the bench. Then for Morocco, you've got Bono, Hakimi, Diop, Mazraoui, and Salah Adine. So Mazraoui playing at centre-back, showing his versatility yet again. He can play right-back, left-back, and centre-back. Good play here by Brahim Diaz. Gets the ball to Alcaraz. But sadly for Morocco, no Sabari. I don't even know. He's on the bench, but you do get injured players named on the bench. So he's not fit. You've got Bouadi Al-Enua. Can't pronounce his name. And then you've got Diaz, Anahi, Talbi, and then Alcanaz is playing up front. So that's a bit different for Morocco because Sabari's done really, really well. But I don't know whether he's out of the tournament. Let me just check. He's out of the World Cup with a hamstring injury. He said the game came too soon for him, but I hope he's not out for the rest of the competition. I mean, hamstring, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. But that's the problem, isn't it? You know, Morocco without Sabari, it's a little bit like France not having Elise or Mbappe or Dembele. He's a really important player for them. Tiger Valley says this France kit might be the best in the World Cup. Thank you very much. I'm just working. Oh, I thought that was going in. Mbappe with a shot from distance. Took me breath away there. Remember, he's only one goal behind Messi. And Bono with the save. He went for a shot from distance and it very nearly went in. France starting with a high tempo here. Let's see what happens with this. Dembele's got it. It's a cross into the back post. It's a good cross. And it nearly was 1-0. France all over Morocco in this first few minutes. It was a lovely cross by Dembele and they were queuing up on the back post. I don't know whether it was Kone or was it Upamecano? Was it Saliba? Somebody got their head on it and Bono made another good save. Ashish says I'm hoping to see no refereeing drama today. And HW2 says, do you remember when Ten Hag put Mazraoui at 10? I do, yeah. I do. Why and how is every ref Argentinian, says JT. It was Upamecano with the header. And fortunately for Morocco, it went straight to the keeper, but it's a decent start here by France. Do you see Wenger coaching France? I think it's going to be... I think Zidane wants it next, doesn't he? Hi, Mark. What's your take that all the refs and in the VAR room are all from Argentina, says Becky. Yeah, I don't think it massively matters because the referee that was dodgy for Argentina was French. So, yeah, I don't think it will massively matter unless we do get some controversial decisions. But I suppose keep an eye on that one. Tony Roach with a very generous super chat. Thank you, Tony. He says, great content, mate. Hope for an upset. Come on, Morocco. Thank you very much, Tony. Big shout out to you. And yeah, I completely agree. I hope Morocco win it. Although it's not been the best start from them so far. Even the main VAR ref is Argentinian. This is blatant, says Nate. Well, let's wait and see first. I mean, look, the way France have started, it doesn't matter whether the ref's Argentinian or not. It's been a very, very good start. Score prediction. Two or 3-1 to France. Mark, I didn't know you managed Morocco, says Allah. I mean, I've heard this before. It's water off a duck's back. I don't bloody look like him, all right? Let me just give you some exciting news as well. Throughout this World Cup, we've been saying that it would be great if we can hit 1.5 million. I think we started off on about 485,000. We're now on 498,800. We are 200 subscribers away from 499. And then it's the final countdown. So please subscribe if you haven't. And if you have subscribed, please share the video. We're on 498,800. Very, very, very close to now to 1.5 million, which would be incredible. So thank you everybody who is getting involved and joining this amazing community. I mean, some of you have been part of it for a long time, but this World Cup has been incredible. All the early morning streams, all the decent games, it's been good. I mean, look, let's be honest. I think we probably did need a break after Colombia, Switzerland. It was absolutely shit. Joe says Morocco will win. Mark my words. They've got to settle. Certainly, they've started off a little bit apprehensive here. There's a balloon on the pitch at the moment that's taking my attention. Watch out for Darren Bent. Here's Rabiot. Doué. I think France are getting the ball to the edge of Morocco's box a little bit too easy at the moment. $10,000 watching already. Absolute legends. Thank you so much. As always. Primal, thanks for your super chat. Calc says it's the Liverpool beach ball. Is Reina in net? Yeah, I agree with Cogner. He says Morocco need to be a little less negative if they want to stay in the game. Yeah, they can't park the bus. They can't park the bus. Boo! I'm not booing Spielberg. Is that Spielberg in front? I don't know. Infantino. Have you seen England? Have you seen Kwanzaa's been given a 2-match ban? Good tackle by Kone up against Bouadi. Comes out to Mbappe. Now Doué. He's going to go for the shot and it will go for a throw-in. Hope Morocco wins and rest in peace Bonnie Tyler, says Becky. Oh no, total eclipse of the heart. What a voice. I always thought Bonnie Tyler was American, Welsh. Tony Roach, welcome to the Members Club. Legend, thank you so much, sir. Yeah, I think it's... Hold on, it's Bouadi. Yeah, they are being a bit negative, Morocco. And I think if you want to beat France or any big team, you've got to score goals. But this is the problem in the latter rounds. I think teams start to get a bit of a nosebleed and they fall into type, don't they? They sort of go, oh, we're playing France. They're better than us. Let's just keep it tight and, you know, let's not do anything too expansive. Let's be defensively compact. And then it automatically ends up, psychologically, you're parking the bus. And France just get to attack and attack and attack. But Sabari is a big miss for them as well. A focal point up front. I mean, Alcanaz is not a forward. He's a winger. And you're up against Upamecano and Saliba. Bit of a mistake there, though. Ref should have given a foul there. He should have given a foul there. Spurs now going for Krupe for 100 million. Did they strike oil when building the stadium? The kind of ambition I thought we would see from Man United, says Nicola. And just Pasty says, Google says Tchouameni is injured. Well, maybe that's what it's all about then. It doesn't surprise me that Spurs are going for Krupe. I'd heard somebody was on about that last week. And I don't know where they're getting the money from, but you know what? The only reason we say we don't know where they're getting the money from is because we're run by a bunch of tight arses. Some football clubs have something in their vocabulary called ambition. You know, maybe Spurs have borrowed a bit of money. As long as they don't break any rules, they'll be fine. Channel of Chucky says, is Darlow better than Binder or Onana for backup? Well, he'll just be the backup. We'll get rid of Binder. Channel of Chucky. Adam says, would you be happy with Santos, Boadi and Baleba? No. I do not want Baleba. I don't really want Santos, so I definitely don't want 2 of the 3 midfielders to be people I don't want. Do you think Elise will go to Real Madrid? I think if he pushes for the move, it's hard not to do the deal, isn't it? You know, I think when you're talking about that level of money and that level of a deal, if Elise says he wants to go, then it's hard to keep him, isn't it? I mean, how many years has he had at Bayern? 2. Trouble with Bayern is it's a great club to play for, but the chances of you winning the league every year are 90%. So it's really just about the Champions League. Real Madrid is a little bit more glamorous. Ashish says Spurs are doing what United were expected to do. Emil says, got to say, Kone looks good. United loading. Well, you shouldn't be scouting a player in the World Cup, mate. But he's a decent player. Joe says, you need a showdown with Terry. He spoke about you. Mate, look, I've been doing this for 10 years. People never used to show down me. I'm not starting to do all that sort of stuff. I don't want to be... I don't want to be arrogant, but 10 years we've built this community for talking amongst ourselves, and we're heading in a different pathway now, as you're about to see in 2 months as well. So I'm not going to start doing all that sort of stuff that, you know, nobody was willing to do for me. So I'm not interested in it, to be honest. And I like Terry, but I'm not interested in sitting and doing a split screen StreamYard. I'd rather just, why don't you ask me the question and we'll debate it? That's the real answer, isn't it? I'm not one of those people who goes and sits on a StreamYard screaming and shouting, and then you lot watch it. You know, you're part of the conversation. I watched United stand as well, Max, the Chelsea fan, says Max. Yeah, well, you threw me the other day. Free kick to Morocco here. Could be the first chance to have a bit of an attack. What do you think of their kit, Morocco? Have they changed it? No, you don't change your kit in the World Cup. I've only really just noticed the collar for the first time. Mark, Tchouameni used United like Ramos did years ago, says Dominic. I don't think he used United. I think ultimately it was always, if Real Madrid want me to stay, I'll stay. If they want me to go, I'd like to go to Man United, and Real Madrid wanted him to stay. Buying Santos instead of Bergvall is a joke, says Joak. And Mark, Messi has never faced Brazil, Spain, England, Portugal in a World Cup. He didn't get a red card for that handball in Qatar. And why does the FIFA president get so happy when Messi scores? Is it because they both kissed that wall, says M. Parker. Lewis family injected 100 million in at the end of June, says VBA. I think Haaland to Madrid is imminent, says J-Dead. The problem is that how would Haaland work with Mbappe? I don't know that Mbappe and Haaland work. You start to become a Galactico again then, and I don't think Mourinho's that sort of person to do that. Here is Mbappe. No, you look at PSG when they had Neymar, Mbappe and Messi. Oh my God, amazing 3 players, but do they work together? I think there's only room for one of them, really. I think Haaland will be at Man City next season. Might be his last one, but I think he will be. The thing about Haaland is it's where's the right club for him. I mean, I think Barcelona is probably the right club for him, isn't it? Because they need a striker. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. There's quite a lot of debate going on there, let's say. Yeah, I'm seeing the word Messi a lot. The trouble is, as soon as it gets onto Messi or Ronaldo, I've seen it throughout the World Cup, the chat just becomes so toxic. Oh, header over the bar there from France. Yeah, I mean, Morocco haven't done anything to threat. I've got to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed by this game because Morocco are doing exactly what I didn't want them to do. Oh, we're playing France. Let's be defensive. Let's be respectful. We've seen what they can do when they attack. And I'm not saying go all out attack. I'm just saying, like, you know, be a little bit more expressive. I think Haaland goes to Bayern after Kane leaves, says VBA. Didn't know who that was. Anyone with celebrity watching in the crowd didn't know who that was. Fun fact, both Rabiot and Mainu attended the same secondary school in Stockport, only a few years apart, both potential cup finalists. Rabiot went to school in Stockport? I have never heard that, Fen. Are you sure? I think that's a load of bollocks. If anyone wants to check that out, please do. Nick P says to the chat, I've never rated Messi. Do your worst. Lawrence with the super chat says, hi Mark, respect your opinion on United's transfer window and how nothing is going to plan, but do you think Santos has Casemiro qualities, or am I wrong? Mate, if I said to you Liam Delap's got Harry Kane qualities, you'd laugh at me. I mean, you're talking about one of the best holding midfielders of a generation, and you're trying to say that Santos is similar. And I'm like, no, I don't. I hope he can be that, but you don't just get. I think that's the worst explanation for buying him I've seen it over the last 24 hours. He's got Casemiro qualities. How? Sorry, apparently I've missed Kylie's super chat. Jason won't be very happy. Another corner, another one over the bar. Channel of Chucky, Nicholas Walker, Pasty, Adam, Becky, Tony, Ashish. Done that one. Tiger Valley. Max Ninja. Kylie, there we go. Why does this Moroccan manager look like... Oh, I tell you what, that was such a brilliant super chat to have to go... I mean, I fucking hell. I saw Kylie, or Kyle, in the live chat say you've missed my super chat. So I went and found it. And guess what it is? Why does the Morocco manager look like you? I mean, mate, I would not have told me I'd missed it. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. 50 million used to buy you a made player. Now it buys you potential. So Mr. A. Centino. Well... I was talking to Alex Goldberg, I was saying this on the United stand, who's a Chelsea content creator. And he was saying the only thing he's disappointed about is that he thinks he thinks Chelsea sold Santos cheap. He thinks they should have got a minimum of 60. I was like, what? I don't think he's worth more than 30. You paid £12 million for him 3 years ago and you think he's gone up to 60? Sitting on a bench? Come on. Eamon says, went to school with Ronaldinho in Birmingham. Argentina FA under investigation, reported by Talk Shit. Is it true? I think you've answered your own question, Jason. Deschamps looking a little bit frustrated, probably because they've had most of the chances and it's 0-0. As a coach, you'd be like, I just want to get 1-0 up, you know? We've had the better chances. Very good comment from Cogner again. He says, I hope this game starts soon. It's so one-way traffic, and I don't think France are that good. I mean, they're good, but I don't think they're this good. I think Morocco have almost like a a deer in the headlights, really. They're very submissive at the moment. Well, that's a lovely ball in behind. He sort of shit himself though, didn't he? Rabiot did go to school in Stockport because he was in Man City's academy. See, you learn something every day. Do you think this will be Deschamps' last World Cup? I mean, it might be, but if they get to the final, it's 3 in a row, isn't it? Good play here. Hakimi wins a corner. How do we stay positive with United's transfer window? Parker, I know we've had a day off from the World Cup, but I'm just going to put some ground rules in. I hoped I didn't need to. I don't want to talk about Man United on World Cup watch-alongs. That's football. There's a lot of people here who aren't necessarily United fans and don't want to talk about Man United's transfer window. I mean, they might want to talk about Man United's transfer window to take the piss out of us, to be fair, but I don't want to talk about Man United's transfer window. Morocco look one mistake away from being out of the World Cup, says Liam. I mean, I want Morocco to win because I'd love to see France go out. But I think from a neutral perspective, the best thing that could happen is France score and Morocco have to start attacking. Because if Morocco scored or it stays 0-0, we're just going to keep seeing this from Morocco. They're not committing men forward at all. Good play by Diaz into Bouadi, but again, France very good defensively. Ooh, Hakimi, that was not a foul, I don't think. And Elise is going to play it into Mbappe up against Mazraoui. Penalty. Penalty. But I think there was a foul in the build-up. Foul in the build-up. I think there's a foul in the build-up here. I think the referee missed it. I don't think this should be a penalty. Hakimi. I don't think that will be a foul, actually. I mean, that's a penalty. 100%. It will be a penalty. Although, does he get a little bit of the ball? I think this could be another Norway one. He shouldn't, you know, to be fair to Mazraoui, he shouldn't be diving in like that anyway. Penalty given. Could have been a foul in the build-up. Referee didn't give it. Could have been a little bit of a touch from Mazraoui, but we'd need to see it again. And Mbappe has the chance to level up with Messi on 8 goals. As I said, Morocco have started off really bad. It might make them actually come out and attack a little bit. Right before the hydration break as well. Tell you what, I do need a hydration break. It's fucking hot. It's 28 degrees in this room. Mbappe's going to take it. God, there's a long delay on this. Anytime? Anytime? Here he goes. Little bit of... and he's missed it. The old stutter curse again. Absolutely terrible penalty by Mbappe. I do worry about a player when they stutter. It was shit. I mean, that's one of the worst penalties we've seen of the World Cup. That is absolute pants. But look, it's still all France. It was pants, but it's still all France. A shocking penalty. I'm sure a lot of you can see the same screen as me, but fucking hell, it was bad. It was really bad. I mean, he's tried to place it. It's too near the goalkeeper. It doesn't have enough power on it. He's moaning about something here. It's terrible. It's really bad. If I took a penalty like that, I'd be ashamed. And I'm not a professional footballer. Really shit. Really shit. He's still having a moan. Well, it's a hydration break, that's why. Sorry, I didn't realise that. So yeah, big penalty missed by Mbappe. I mean, Chelsea. France have been the better side. Morocco have been pretty poor so far. But you'd expect a better penalty from that, from Mbappe. Mbappe. What the hell? Fucking hell, you can't move on YouTube for at the moment for people using AI thumbnails. Everybody's looks exactly the same. Fucking hell. Golden rule number 1, if you're a content creator, create a thumbnail that's distinctive. Do not copy other people's thumbnails. Madness. There you go. Bit of insight into YouTube for you. Justice says Stig, that's a clear dive. He's on his way down before. I mean, I do think Mazraoui shouldn't be diving in on Mbappe anyway, but they got away with it. Nick says, do you think England would struggle more against Morocco than France? I think we would get more chances against France and their play style. I think with England, the natural conclusion is that if France were to get knocked out or Argentina to get knocked out, it would be an easier tournament to win. But you've still got the potential of a Spain in the final or a Morocco in the final. So I don't look, I think we've seen what DR Congo and Cape Verde can do. I think the fear with France is they've just got an incredible array of talent. Beautiful stadium, says bruh. Yeah, we're in Boston. It is a lovely stadium, actually. I'm trying to figure out. Is this the Patriots? This is the Patriots ground, isn't it? I like the way around the edge you can see people stood up at the top there. Look in the background. Yeah. You know, as an NFL fan, it's so. This is going to be great for the next few years because when I watched '94 World Cup in the US, I wasn't massively into NFL, and it was about 10 years later when I started watching it. And you go, oh, I remember that stadium from the World Cup. I remember that stadium from the World Cup. This is going to be great because I watch NFL a lot now. So I'm going to be watching the NFL in the autumn and the winter, going, oh, that's where football was played. Thank you, Nick. We had no Europe can this squad cope this season, says Sewell. Yeah, I'm not talking about Man United, mate. Sorry. France toying with Morocco. Spain versus France in the semi, says Nitro. I mean, look, I think Spain will beat Belgium, but Belgium did look very good against. Lovely play by Doué here, down the wing. Yeah, they did look very good, Belgium, against the US, and I like the way that he picked players for his team rather than picking the stars. So, look, it'd be a major shock if Belgium beat Spain. But it just shows you what a decent coach can do, because under fucking Martinez, they were shite. Same as Portugal. I don't know if it's a joke, actually. I saw something about Martinez might be the next Scotland manager. I mean, fucking hell. Scotland find it hard enough without him being the bloody coach. Lawrence says, thanks, Mark, for your opinion. It's not my take that he does have those qualities. It's just I heard Brazil long-term see him as Casemiro's replacement, says Lawrence. Well, I mean, I think we can all safely say that Brazil are not really the benchmark they maybe were 20 years ago. You know, if you were playing right back for Brazil, you're probably one of the best players in the world. Not anymore. As we saw in this World Cup, I don't think starting for Brazil necessarily has the kudos that it used to. Santos reminds me of Fred. Also for 50 million, not too successful. The game is boring. Could you talk about United's machine? Thank you very much. Argentina FA under investigation by FBI for some kind of money laundering and tax evasion because it went through US banks, says Majid. And surely all quarterfinals, semi-finals and final would be better spectacle under lights, says Redback Spider. Evening games. Trouble with evening games is that if they go to extra time, it gets very late. Makes me laugh about the people who moan about the kickoff times in this World Cup, though, because these kickoff times... Boadi, loose with the ball. Doué, he's got to shoot. Good save. Bono, man of the match. He's man of the match. He's saved a penalty. He's made 2 very good saves. He's made 3 big saves already. Comfortably man of the match at the moment, and that's not a good sign for Morocco, is it, when your goalkeeper is man of the match? Sea King says, why do you want Morocco to attack? They will do it on the counter. Well, they've not done that either. Ashish says, I think France has an incredible team, but Deschamps does not have a proper style of play. What do you think? Yeah, I know. I think I agree. I've very rarely seen France play good football. I think they're a very well organised team with flair. It's not really stylistic. It's more about get the ball to the good players and be defensively sound. Marley says Boadi's man of the match. What, the guy who just nearly cost them a goal? So what, referee's letting the game go. Welcome back to the World Cup. Stephen says, no one complains about France penalty every game, only Argentina. I think we did. K Miller says, football in its purest form is a game without cameras and refs going off what they see. Rule should be, was the ref in sight of the play, looking in the direction of the play? If yes, then call on the field stands, not even a VAR check, says K Miller. I mean, it's a strong opinion. I don't know. I think we've become too dependent on technology now that if a referee is looking in the right direction and gives a foul, but the camera shows it wasn't, I think you do have to intervene. Where I think you're right is that when you look at the Martinez foul that led to the Egypt goal, the referee was looking at it, decided it wasn't a foul. I don't think you should be going back for that. Thank you, Ashish and K Miller. Pegged says, worst penalty in the USA since Diana Ross. Well, if you know, you know. Do you think Mbappe wants Argentina to win, says Rob? I don't know why he would. Robert McCormack. Hold on a minute, we've got a foul here. I just trod on Kone's foot. Bad penalty, says Robert McCormack, but took way too long. It's wrong. Look at Mbappe talking rubbish with the referee, says Stig. Did you not see Mbappe in the earlier round when he was handing the captain's armband to Oliver? You know, sort of held it back from him and then was ordering him around. I mean, he's got a massive ego. Maybe it's justifiable when you're that good, but he's definitely got a massive ego. What is the obsession this World Cup with everyone doing the stutter step? Just run up and bloody blast it past the keeper, says Jameson. HRG says Kane, Messi and now McFrappe all missing penalties at the World Cup. Keystone says any other clubs looking at Manu Kone? Well, United are, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with Edison. Worst tournament I've seen in regards to penalties taken and missed. We have had a lot of big players missing penalties, Redback Spider, you're right. Impressive career by Bono, singer for U2 and now keeper for Morocco, says Patrick. Owen Couch, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you for getting your badge in. Is there a rule about stopping during the run-up? Well, there used to be, Nick. You didn't used to be able to do stutters, but it seems to have crept back in. Rick Blanton says Bono, singer, humanitarian and top shelf goalkeeper. What a guy. Right, bit of space for Morocco. Move it. Still a bit of space. Move it, move it, move it. Look at the number of white shirts and the number of red shirts that aren't committed. They're not committing enough men forward. Goal kick. Talking of balls, look at this I got sent today. This is what happens when you do work with. Well, I don't know what it is, but look, basically, Bundesliga next season, their ball will be an Adidas ball. So they sent me this in the post today. Remember, we've had the Bundesliga streams. Look at that! What a ball! I mean, I love the colour. It's brilliant. It's an absolutely brilliant ball. There's also something else on it that I wanted to show you, which I don't know whether you can see it in the box. Oh, there, it was on the front. Bundesliga, and it says Mark Goldbridge on it. So that's going on the shelf. I can't wait to smash it, actually. Not in that way. I mean, like into the back of a net. It's got a lovely feel on it. So yeah, I'm well happy with that. That is a nice ball. I mean, I've got my heat map. Oh no, it's not there. The heat map ball by the Premier League was really good. I used that in the garden. That is a lovely ball. But yeah, very, very, very nice ball that is for the Bundesliga. I'm hoping that's a hint that we're getting the Bundesliga rights back next year. Why send me a ball with my name on it for next season if we're not getting the Bundesliga rights again? I don't know whether we are, but it would be a bit of a bit of an arsey move, wouldn't it, to say here's a ball for next season with your name on it, but you're not getting the rights. So we'll have to wait and see with that. Hopefully Friday night Bundesliga football live footage will be back for next season. Paul says, just pick a spot and fire, forget the keeper. Oh yeah, some of you wouldn't know that because you'd be new. Shakira, there she is. Colombia are out, but she's here in Boston watching the football. Used to be married to a footballer. I was going to say something about, yeah, leave it. Leave it. Don't do that. Yeah, definitely don't say it. Okay. Just got it in my head now. I can't say it. No, really can't. But yeah, for people who are new, last season on a Friday night, we had the live footage of the Friday night Bundesliga game on this YouTube channel. First football content creation channel to do it. So there'd be a little box in the corner with me, and then the rest of it would be actual match footage. So we're hoping we're going to have it again next season, which is why they've sent me a ball from the Bundesliga with my name on it. If England If England win, will you present in your Y fronts? I mean, I'm nearly doing that now, Chubby. It's very hot. 28 degrees, as I say. Ridiculous weather again. Global warming. Climate change. We've had 2 of these in a month. Just ridiculous weather. It's so hot. Mozza says, stop showing your ball off on a live stream. Nearly half time here. Another crap half in the World Cup. Favourite World Cup ball, Italia 90 for me, says Mac Pack. I'd love to get my hands on one of those balls. Anana can win Golden Glove next season, says Nabil. The only way he's winning a Golden Glove, right, is if he gets his normal glove, puts it in a pot of gold paint and said, look, here's a Golden Glove. Oh, who said it's 17 degrees and cloudy in Liverpool? No. You're having a laugh? Surely not. It is. It's 18 degrees in Liverpool. My God, you know what it is where I am? 26. And it's only just dropped to 26. And it's going to be 22 degrees at midnight. It's hot. It is meant to drop a little bit on Saturday, to be fair. What's it like in Manchester? Well, like most Man United fans, I don't live there, so let me have a look. In Manchester, it's 23 degrees at the moment. It's hot. It is hot in Manchester. How can it be 17 degrees in Liverpool and 23 degrees in Manchester? You're very close. You're only about, what, 45-minute drive apart? 32 degrees tomorrow. To be fair, Manchester weather's looking very, very hot for the next few days. I mean, I can't believe in a World Cup quarter-final we're talking about the weather, but... Oh, thank God for that. I looked at Noel in Bristol. Oh. Please don't be as high here. 23, 21. Still fucking hot. I need some cooler weather. Yeah, I can't read your name anyway, so I don't have a resemblance to the Moroccan coach. East Midlands, it's 27 degrees right now. It's 43 in Phoenix, but 21 inside because of aircon. You see, that's the thing, Chachi. A lot of people in the UK don't have aircon. Oh, good shot from distance there by Digne, and I think it was tipped onto the bar. He wants a corner. I think it was a save. I think it will be a corner. Don't moan, Digne, because they've got VAR. Wow. I'm sure he gets a hand on that. It's a lovely shot by Digne, though. Good shot. Do you rate any of Mexico's national team players? I like that Mora as a future player. I mean, I think Mexico have got a lot of good players. I don't know that they've got a lot of good players that, you know, you go and sign now. But I think that Mora looks good. I'm literally I'm cooking here. Sweaty arse. It's really hot. And to be fair, it's not a very good game, is it? Sun doesn't shine in Liverpool, rightfully so, says Mikey. Mark's hatred for Onana will always be funny. I don't hate anybody random teams. He's just a bloody nightmare as a goalkeeper. They should make a, well, for Man United, they should make a ball that glows, says Paul. Kone looks class, says Dawid. Anto says, hot take, Mbappe at international level is world class at club level. Hot take, Mbappe at international level is world class. At club level, he's the most overrated player ever. Even Christy Brown could do it in France, says Anto. Well, I think it is easier to do it at international level because the game's a little bit slower. Teams are a little less tactically aware because they don't play together as much. But I still think Mbappe is world class. 5 minutes added on in the first half. This was a 9 o'clock kickoff, wasn't it? Yeah. Is he given handball? Yeah. Handball, edge of the box by Rabiot. So, I mean, Morocco haven't created a chance yet. Thank you, everybody who is tuning in, by the way. Remember, it was a handball as well. Good call by the ref. Remember, we are only 100 subscribers away from 499. 1.499. So when we get those 100 subscribers, which we could do tonight, make sure you click and subscribe. We're 1,000 subscribers away from 1.5 million, which I'm sort of hoping we might do before the World Cup final. So please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. So probably one of the last bits of action of the first half here. And Morocco have got a good free kick position. Now what I'd do here if I was Diaz is I'd curl it towards the top corner at a height where somebody might try and head it. No, it was shit. Hakimi. He did completely the opposite, tried to go around the other side of the wall and it was shite. Yeah. Story of Morocco's half there. Poor. Morocco do not deserve to go through in this tie at the moment. They've been really bad. And it is half time. And that's a disappointment. And look, I think many of us sort of called it, didn't we? Sorry, I'm going to get a bit of air. I think many of us sort of called it that, unfortunately, when you're in the group stage, teams like Morocco will play to their principles. But when you get to the quarterfinals, the enormity of the game sometimes makes teams like Morocco go a little bit more defensive than they actually are. They show a little bit too much respect to the opposition than they need to. I mean, we'll definitely see Switzerland do this against Argentina. When I actually think Switzerland's best chance is to try and attack Argentina, as we saw with Egypt. And I think it makes the job easier for an Argentina or a France because they just get lots of possession without pressure. So yeah, I'm disappointed with Morocco. They're a better team than this. Far from an avid football watcher, but Morocco just looked lethargic and scared, says Jack. Fair points. Ashish says, I tell you what we need. I'm going to open the doors. I'm going to open the doors here. We need some start bench cells. You know, we've had some very good start bench cells. We've had, you know, one of my favourites was Ledley King, Burger King, or Martin Luther King. I think we need some. I think we're going to have to bring some of this in. You know, that's what we do in this community. You know, we make our own entertainment because the game is severely lacking. Mr. Kira says, "Oh God, no." Mark, say dictator Mbappe in a Cameroonian accent. Oh yeah, I think that'd be a great idea, Nitro. I mean, if I did that, I definitely don't think people would clip me up and call me racist, would they? So hold on a minute. Let me just get my very best Cameroonian accent ready for you and get yourself ready to record this. Absolutely not. Canada took all of Morocco's energy, says Oil Cruiser. Daniel Thompson says, I hope you're all well. 2 poll ideas. France past or present. Sorry. France past or present. Henri, Benzema, Mbappé. It's very French, Daniel. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. Yeah, very, 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 very French. I mean, I will do one of them, though. I do quite like this. Start a poll, either or. Benzema, who I think was a brilliant striker, or Mbappe. Just vote. Don't judge, just vote. Angraj, thank you very much for your super chat. Thank you. How is a player that scores over 35 to 40 goals every year get called overrated, says Ashish. Some of you all are just way over the line. Mbappe is class. Would you sign anyone for the Australian side, says Duchess. I wouldn't sign anybody from a World Cup. I would sign a player like Kone because I know he's good before the World Cup, but I wouldn't be scouting players from a World Cup. No, not for me, not for me. Priz says, I swear I just saw Goldbridge doing a watch-along while coaching Morocco at the same moment, sitting in the crowd cheering for France. That's talking about coaching. I had quite a good. I am a good coach. I truly believe that. My career modes speak for themselves, as does Goldbridge Ball in multiple sidemen charity games. But actually, more recently, my tactical flexibility was shown in Baller League, where I broke the record for something I never. It goes against every principle of me, but we actually broke the record for clean sheets in Baller League, where we got 3 out of 12. Three clean sheets out of 11 games, and you shouldn't get a clean sheet in Baller League. So there we go. Actually, do you think I should do it if it comes round again? I don't know. I did enjoy it, but I didn't like being an underdog, and I didn't like the way certain teams had all the best players, and I wasn't aware of it before I started, and I am aware of it now. So they'd have to do something. They'd have to sort out the. Well, it's misty in New York. That's like a film trailer, isn't it? It's misty in New York. Carol has gone out shopping and never came back. And now it's up to Staff Sergeant Rodriguez to get to the bottom of the truth before someone else goes missing. In the mist in New York. Will you be missed in the mist in New York? Cinemas Friday. Best park in Solihull, Mark. Brewerton Park fan here. I can't really think of anything else that comes close to Brewerton Park. I mean, I like Tudor Grange Park, but it's very small. It's very small. I mean, you could run around. The thing I like about Tudor Grange Park is the cycle track at the top, which is in like a really funny shape. So if you can find a couple of people to have a race with, it's really good fun. But it's very small. Brewerton Park is better. And you can walk from the centre of Solihull into Brewerton Park, right the way to the other end, have a look at the duck pond, come back. But Brewerton Park's nowhere near as good as Hyde Park. Or Hyde Park versus Central Park, that's a battle, really. We're talking parks here at half-time. But yeah, very, very misty day in New York. I mean, this is the great thing about New York. They can do any weather. Smoggy says, now then, I'm only coming on to say this. I'm sold on Kone. We've got to sign him. He looks so talented, physical and athletic. Well, what I'm hearing, Smoggy, is that the United board do like him. They held talks with him last summer. I know that for a fact. And they have inquired about him in the last few weeks. But Carrick isn't convinced. And he is the manager. Now, whether Carrick is convinced now, we'll have to wait and see. Ben Hollow says it got to 40 degrees in Somerset last heat wave. Too hot. Yeah, I think when you go on holiday, I don't know about you, but when I go on holiday to like Spain, you know when you've had your day around the pool or down the beach, and then you get back, you get ready to go out, you go out for a family meal at about 7, you put your shorts and your t-shirt on, you've had your cold shower, you're sat in your room, you're absolutely fine, you've had your cold shower, the aircon's on, you're absolutely fine. You go out for the meal wearing a shorts and t-shirt, and your back's dripping with sweat because it's like still 27 degrees. You don't really give a shit about it. You know, you've got a pint in your hand, you're having a few mussels, you know, you've just ordered yourself some garlic mushrooms and another pint. Your back's dripping with sweat, but you're like, I'm not really that bothered because there's the beach. There's a bit of a breeze coming in. It's going to cool down soon, you know, and when I get back to my room, I'm basically going to bed in a fridge. The trouble in the UK is you get all that dripping with sweat in your garden. You come back to your house and it's like climbing into a fucking oven. That's the problem with the heat in the UK that nobody outside the UK doesn't realise, is that we don't go back to a fridge, we go back to an oven. Because our houses are built to keep the heat in, because primarily the UK is quite a cold climate until climate change. And now it's too fucking hot. I like hot. I like 25 degrees. 25 degrees is a lovely day. And then by 8 o'clock, it's gone down to about 19. And then by midnight, it's down to about 16. And you have a good night's sleep. We're talking weather now. If Man United came for you, would you take the job, says Paul? I'd love to say no, because I'd fail because the board are useless. But my massive ego would get in the way and I would 100% take it. But at least I'm honest. And to be honest, I think that's what's happened with a lot of Man United managers. They probably know they shouldn't take it. Can't you remember Van Gaal told Ten Hag not to take it? But your ego gets in the way. I agree that we shouldn't scout players from the World Cup, but I see French players as an exception. Personal opinion, crazy squad depth and talent, yet Kone starts. Would love to see him at United. I like him. No, I'm just saying, if it's the first time you've watched him, you've got to be very careful scouting players in a World Cup, and I've always said that. But I've seen him. I know about him. I think he's a good player. I do agree that you've got to be a good player to get in the French team, because if you look at the players that have been left out, you would sign some of those players on their club form. If you could master one skill, what would it be? It says Profit Pathway. There's not really anything in football I need to master. I can do it all. I mean, look, a lot of people would say open heart surgery or brain surgery because it really is contributing something to society. But I'd rather be a lead guitarist. Selfishly, I'd rather be the best lead guitarist in the world, because it's a talent and I'm the best. So I'd pick that. Yeah. Start, bench, sell, Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam. Not really my type of music, if I'm being honest, Love Mal. Not really my sort of music. So I'd probably say Nirvana starts, Pearl Jam bench, Soundgarden get out. Start, bench, sell, Bruno Mars, Mars Bars, or Planet Mars. Yes, I love these. Ben Reynolds. This is what we're talking about. So start, bench, sell. See how I went from start, bench, sell, Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam. I was like, to start, bench, sell, Bruno Mars, Mars Bar, or Planet Mars. Honestly, Bruno Mars can go. I do like a couple of his songs. I like She's Amazing Just the Way You Are. And I like that Blinded by the Light as well. I think that's the same person. But nostalgically loved a Mars Bar. Somebody just said a Mars Bar's multifunctional. I only put it in my mouth, mate. You can put it where else you want. It's only going in my mouth. So I'll bench Mars Bar, and I'm gonna go controversial here. That was The Weeknd, mate. Sorry, he didn't do both of them though. Well, I've got rid of him anyway, Bruno Mars. I'm actually gonna start Planet Mars. I've always liked the Mars. I've always liked the planet Mars. I feel like it could be habitated, inhabited, inhabited by humans at some point. Uzi says, start bench sell, Boris Johnson, Ruben Amorim, my grand. That's rubbish, mate. You should have said Boris Johnson. Yeah, you've gone wrong. You've gone wrong. They've got to be like fun. Like I said, Burger King, Ledley King, or Martin Luther King. I'm trying to think of one now. Start bench sell, France dance, or no, I won't say that. And I'm not doing this one as well from Nitro. Trump, Putin. I mean, it's just too political, mate. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. If Mark becomes manager of Man United, he'd be fired in the first week. Imagine his first interview as a manager and he says Glazers and Sir Jim Radcliffe out, says Nabil. I would tell the truth. I'd sit there and go, they won't give me any bloody money. What do you want me to do? Glazers out. Alexi Sanchez, Alexi Texas, or Lexus. I don't know who the person in the middle is. Who to blame? Thank you very much. See, this is more the right sort of thing. Mike Temple says Clark Kent, the County Kent, or Kent State University. I think that would have been a lot better if you'd said Clark Kent, County Kent, or U Kent. So well, you've got it. I see. This is too niche as well. Mr. Hero Complex. Thanks for the super chat. House Stark, House Lannister, or House Targaryen. People still aren't quite getting it. They're just doing things that are the same. I would start the Starks, bench Targaryens, and get rid of the Lannisters. Luke Shaw, Shaw Deodorant, or Sebastian Shaw from X-Men. Well, I'm definitely selling Luke Shaw. I will bench Sebastian Shaw. I think he'd make a good Mark Hamill. Sorry, Mark Hamill's alive. A good young Luke Skywalker. And I will start Shaw Deodorant because I've always used Shaw Deodorant. And I don't know why they use Ben Foster, because I know for a fact he uses Lynx. They use Ben Foster for Shaw, right? I've been to his bloody podcast. He's addicted to Lynx Africa, right? I actually do use Shaw Retro. So I've always used Shaw Deodorant, the 48-hour one. And I would have been a brilliant ambassador for that. They should have sent me to the World Cup. You've been scammed by Foster, but you're not the first one. Socks, jocks and crocs, says Irish. I don't know what that means. Samsung Galaxy, Milky Way Galaxy, or Galaxy Chocolate, says Jordan. Right, the players are coming out now to save us from this madness. Samsung Galaxy, Milky Way Galaxy, or Galaxy Chocolate. I'm going to start Samsung Galaxy because I've always had a Samsung. I'll bench Galaxy Chocolate because I do like the ripple. And unfortunately, Milky Way Galaxy, you're a bit of an unknown, so you're getting sold. This is a cracker. This is a cracker. This is it. This is probably the best I've had yet. So TH says, a pint of Guinness, Paddy McGuinness, or Guinness Book of Records. Now, I used to get the Guinness Book of Records every Christmas and read it. So I like the Guinness Book of Records, but it's a bit nostalgic, so I'll stick it on the bench. So am I selling Paddy McGuinness or am I selling pint of Guinness? Well, I love a pint of Guinness. So I'm starting a pint of Guinness, and I'm sorry, Paddy McGuinness. You're a bit of a mixed bag. I liked you in Phoenix Nights and Max and Paddy, and you ain't bad on the podcast with Skulls and Butt. But some of your Saturday night stuff is a bit shit. So you're sold. Get out. Park Ji-sung, Jurassic Park, or Central Park. That's a good one as well. I'll bench Park Ji-sung. I'll start Central Park. and I'll get rid of Jurassic Park. To be honest, I've never been a fan of Jurassic Park. I think it's overrated and shit, really. Sorry, I've probably upset a lot of people. Come on, Morocco. Fucking hell. It's 10 past 10. Right, we're ready to go here for the second half. There we go. Right, I've got a lot of good super chats to come through. Sorry, I'm just getting something sent through to me about a transfer, so, and I'll let you know when I can tell you about it, but it's quite sensitive. Thing is, Fakir, wasn't it? Yeah. Harry Maguire, Jerry Maguire, Toby Maguire. Hold on a minute. Morocco on the attack. Took too long. Took too long. They've still got it, though. They've got to be better in the second half, Morocco. They've got to be braver. Here's Telby. Go on, into the box. Have a dive. Diaz. A terrible shot. If WrestleMania was ever in the UK, would you go? Says Ryle. I probably would. I think Seb would enjoy it, yeah. Tony Roach has sent us a super chat from his 2 greyhounds. Shout out for Tia and Blind Sophie. There we go. Lovely. Lots of people like dogs in this chat. I'm talking about the real dogs. I'm a dog man. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Do you think this will go to extra time? I think it could have Colombia. It could have Colombia, Switzerland vibes to it. I think the problem with it is that if you're France, then you know, you can't afford really to take a... You can't, if you're France, you can't really afford to take it to penalties. Would you rather shout every time you speak or do 10 push-ups every time you have to go to the bathroom? Oh, that'd be a piece of piss. Omar, I'd do the push-ups. Ten push-ups every time you go for a piss. I only have about 10 pisses a day, if that. Mo, I will read your super chat. I just haven't done them all at the moment because I'm busy talking to you, watching a game, and also getting a bit of info on transfers. So we'll go back and do them. Don't worry about that. In fact, we'll do them now because I don't want to upset Mo. In fact, start, bench, sell. Mo from the chat, little Mo from EastEnders, or Mo from The Simpsons. I'll get rid of Mo from the chat. The Moni Mo, I'm going to call him. Moni Mofo. God, we've got a fucking load of super chats to catch up on here that are all to do with start, bench, sell. Fucking hell. Fucking hell, mate. How many are these? Oh my God. I'm going to have to whiz through some of these. We've got a corner for Morocco. Don't forget, by the way, I think some of us did forget. I forgot conveniently. I didn't forget. We are sponsored by Boyle Sports. I'm not forgetting that. I'm just more worried about being bantered by you lot. We are sponsored by Boyle Sports. Links in the description, or you can scan the QR code. Now, I've got a bet builder going on today. Odds of 11 to 1. I need all these 5 things to happen for the bet to come in. France to win. Mbappe to score at any time. Missed a bloody penalty. Over 2.5 goals. No bloody chance. Over 9.5 corners. I don't know where we are in that. Dembele over 1.5 shots. I don't think he's had a shot yet. So my bet builder ain't looking particularly good at the moment. But statistically, we have had only 4 corners as well. Whoa. I need to go lower, don't I, in these knockout games? They could be tight affairs. Which is why a lot of people... Anyway, don't forget, as always, 18 plus UK and Ireland only. Please bet responsibly. Terms and conditions are in the description and via the QR code. I did ask you a question in the first half. How many French-born players are eligible to play for Morocco's 2026 squad? They are Bouadi, Diop, Al-Anyu, Al-Murabet, Yassin, and Halhal, all born in France. And I remember this against the Netherlands because there was a few born in the Netherlands as well. So a lot of Morocco's team isn't born in Morocco. Obviously they're of Moroccan descent, but then they're European born, a lot of them. I've got another question for you as well. Name the player who has registered a tournament high 79 shots and created 46 chances across the last FIFA World Cup. Piece of piss. Piece of piss. It's Jordan Henderson. I don't even need to look. This bet builder's not coming in. It's not coming in. Right, let me catch up on some of these while we're watching the game. Damari Gray, Grey's Autonomy, or 50 Shades of Grey. Well, I've never watched either of those shows, and I haven't watched a lot of Damari Gray. But I'd have to start him over Grey's Anatomy and 50 Shades of Grey. Although I've heard 50 Shades of Grey is a bit rompy, I've never watched it. So I'll bench that and I'll sell Grey's Anatomy. Kiru says, start, bench, sell, Dan James, Reece James, LeBron James. Well, I'll start LeBron James, I'll bench Reece James, and I'll sell Dan James. Did the Paddy McGuinness one. I liked that. Paddy McGuinness, pint of Guinness, Guinness Book of Records. We did that. Did that. Start, bench, sell, Goldbridge, an old bridge, or a cold fridge. I've already got a cold fridge, so I'll sell that. Goldbridge will be starting, old bridge on the bench. France on the attack. Douay. Shot straight at the keeper. What can we expect from your collab with the overlap, says Ayun. Mate, I was talking about this on the United stand. We're probably going to have the best summer transfer window out of everybody. Yeah. Some of the ink is just drying on a couple of signings, and you'll know when they happen. There is a lot more to be discussed. This is a summer Real Madrid would be envious of when it comes to recruitment onto That's Football and United Stand. So watch this space. It's very exciting. And you're not going to lose anything. We're still going to do my daily content and watch-alongs and everything like that. This is all extra content. Because I've always said with That's Football, you know, there's a lot of space on That's Football beyond one video a day. Can you give us a hint? Oh, it's a chance for Douay. It's Mbappe. Well, he should have scored. I thought it was Douay because he was coming in from the left. It was a lovely run by Elise. And Mbappe is offside anyway. Start, bench, sell. Tom Cruise, Tom Huddleston, or Tom Brady. I'll start Tom Cruise. I'll bench Tom Brady. And I'll sell Tom Hiddleston. Byron says, Danny Rose, Waitrose, or Kiss from a Rose. Yes. Love it. Love it. Well, I'll sell Danny Rose. I thought he was a bit average. I will... Oh, it's tough. I can't believe I'm debating this one. It's tough between Waitrose and Kiss from a Rose by Seal. Because I do love Kiss from a Rose by Seal. But I don't mind... Actually, I'm going to bench Waitrose and start Kiss from a Rose by Seal. Music over stomach there. Yeah, I'm starting Kiss from a Rose. Good one, Byron. Only just turned the game on. Has it been good? I think you can tell by what we're doing in the live chat that we're not necessarily having the best game ever. We're keeping an eye on it, though. I feel that this is either going to go extra time and penalties, or France are going to score, and we're just going to go Morocco never turned up. Because they've been really bad. Cape Verde gave France a better game, didn't they? Was it Cape Verde? Paraguay. It wasn't Cape Verde. McDonald's, McTominay, Madeleine McCann. That doesn't even work, Pacho. That doesn't even work in any way, shape or form. Would you rather be a Ballon d'Or winner or an F1 World Champion, says Jason? Ballon d'Or, definitely, because you're a footballer. I can't believe it, I don't believe it, or I can't bloody believe it, says Life with Goldbridge. Malcolm X, American History X, or XG? J. Cruz. I mean, I hate XG. So I've got to sell that. And as much as I like American History X, I think Malcolm X probably has more impact on American history, so he'd have to start. Mason Mount, Mount Everest, or Paramount Plus? I'll sell Mason Mount because no one else will. I'll bench Mount Everest and I'll start Paramount Plus because I actually like Paramount Plus because I like Dutton Ranch and I like Yellowstone. Lineker, Jimmy Carr, or Matter from Cars? I've never watched Cars. Lineker can get sold though, and Jimmy Carr can start. Hi all, just wanted to say I'm proud to be here, says Harry. Well, you're very welcome, sir. We've done the Malcolm X one, BRM, but I will give you a shout out. Aiden says, start, bench, sell, Goldbridge edition. 3-0 Palace, attacked by studio setup, or fruit seller in Mallorca. I know what you're on about, so things that have happened to me. Well, 3-0 to Palace, I don't even understand why it's funny. I've never have. I understand it's not over the line. I understand pink boots. You know, I understand, you know, the dog died clip. I've never. It's not my. I don't. I just don't understand the 3-0 Palace one. I don't even know why it's funny. So I'll sell that. The studio I'll put on the bench, and Fruit Seller was just ridiculous. So I'll start that. Nolan, Tarantino, or Scorsese, says 99G. Nolan, Tarantino, or Scorsese. Scorsese starts. Tarantino on the bench. Goal! Nolan. Nolan's not just scored for France. Nolan gets sold, although he's good. Goal, France. Great goal, Mbappe. This has been a really bad game of football for Morocco. And this was literally my fear a few moments ago. France have not had to get out of third gear because Morocco didn't get out of first. It's been such a submissive performance by Morocco. Hakimi's having a moan at the ref. He should be having a moan at his own team. They've been really bad here, and now France have got the goal. What a dull World Cup game this has been. I don't know what Morocco are even moaning about. I mean, it's a great goal. There's nothing. What a save! What a shot! You can't save that. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant goal. Brilliant goal. I think they're trying to say there's a handball, but we're not getting a replay of that. Let's be honest. We have seen no replay about any potential handball at all here. That's what people in the chat are saying. No, they're still not showing, is it? We'll wait. Yeah, goal given. Still not been shown any replay of any potential handball. You know, we're only the consumer here. We're only the customer. Yeah, still not been shown any handball. No replay. Okay, now it's like the Premier League, this. Bawadi's coming off. Alcanas is coming off. Amrabat and Rahimi coming on. Has anybody actually seen whether it was a handball or not? Morocco deserved to be losing. I don't know. I mean, look, maybe it wasn't a handball, but it would be nice as a consumer to get to see whether it happened or not. Very strange that. Apparently Morocco were complaining about a handball in the build-up for the goal. It was a great goal. But we haven't seen anything anyway. Harry Kane, Harry Potter, Prince Harry. Sell Prince Harry. Bench Harry Potter. Start Harry Kane. That was from Ollie. Ferrora says Riley Reid, don't know who that is. Sheila Reid, don't know who that is. Oliver Reid, I do know who that is. He can start. Star Wars, Food Wars, World Wars. Well, I'm obviously going to bench. I'm obviously going to sell World Wars, aren't I? Start Star Wars and bench Food Wars. Ipswich, back itch, or my Uncle Rich, says Luke. Well, I don't know your Uncle Rich, thankfully. Shinobi Ben says start bench sell Steve Jobs, odd job from OSOC, or having a job. Oh no, he said hand job. He put a hand emoji there. Well, I'm not bloody doing that, am I? I'll get judged. Rick says Buffalo Bills, Hat Bills, or Duck Bills. I'm just going to whiz through some of these now. So Bo says Jessica Simpson, Homer Simpson, or OJ Simpson. Indiana Jones, John Jones, UFC, or Phil Jones is just gaming. Well, I'm definitely selling Phil Jones. I'll start Indiana Jones. Harry Kane, Candy Kane, Citizen Kane. Bit rubbish that day. I'll start Kane. What's your favourite Harry Potter movie? Mine is the third. I like Prisoner of Azkaban, whichever one that one is. Matt says Harry Maguire, Jerry Maguire, Toby Maguire. Sell Toby Maguire, bench Harry Maguire, and start that. I'm a bit disappointed that they didn't show this potential. Peanut says it literally hit the hand and they aren't showing it. How many seconds do they need for it to not be counted like Egypt? 2-0, game over. I mean, whether it hit the hand or not, it's 2-0 here now. And it's Dembele. And I've got to say, Morocco have put in one of the worst performances in this World Cup. You'd be massively disappointed with Morocco. I don't even think France have been very good. They've just got the job done. I just think Morocco have been really bad. And I tell you what, my bet builder might come in. 2-0, 25 minutes to go. What was my bet builder? What was it? France to win, yes. Mbappe to score at any time, yes. Over 2.5 goals, one more. 9.5 corners might be a problem. Dembele over 1.5 shots. Well, he's definitely had one because he just bloody scored. It's another good finish. I mean, keeper might have done a bit better, but he has had a good game. But Morocco just haven't turned up at all, have they? They've been really bad, Morocco. I mean, they're way better than this, way better than this, but they've been really poor. 3 points, good points about Tuchel so far, says Eamon. I think tactical flexibility. The wins against Mexico and Croatia weren't just wins; they were also 2 of the best performances I've seen from England in a World Cup ever. And also, I think we're growing through the tournament as well, which is a big thing. Thoughts on Richard Ham the Pig? He's a legend, Profit Pathway. From my 2 Greyhounds, done that one from Tony. If reference, I've done that one as well. Start, bench, sell, Friday, Saturday or Sunday. I'll start Friday, I'll bench Saturday, and I'll sell Sunday, which I think most people would. Guardian Elite Joe says, Roy Keane, Keane the band, or Gareth Keenan? Well, I'll start Roy Keane, I'll bench Keane the band, and I'll sell Gareth Keenan. Meal deal, deal or no deal, or a Black Friday deal. I'm not really bothered about a Black Friday deal. Sell. Meal deal, bench, deal or no deal. I did used to like that. Thank you, Barn. Jono says, I'm not doing this one, but Kit Kat break, school break, or heartbreak. Bit sad, that one. Sharon Stone, Tombstone, or Being Stoned. Oh my God, that's a bit dark, Redback Spider. Let's leave that last one out of it. But I'd pick Tombstone over Sharon Stone. I always thought she was a bit easy. Maybe that was her film roles, but Tombstone is a very good film. A very good film. Very good film. Addy says, United surely have to go for Kone. What do I keep telling you? I said it a week ago, and now people are jumping on it. keep an eye on Kone to Manchester United. Which reminds me, I just need to message someone. Mbappe versus Benzema at 71% for Mbappe. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Like I said, we are in a hydration break here. It's 2-0, so it's probably all over. We are 10 subscribers away. That's 5, but I was doing that twice. We're 10 subscribers away from 499,000. 1.499,000. So when we get those 10 in, I can stand up and say it's the final countdown because we're 1,000 away from 1.5 million, which is a huge number for this amazing community. So thank you everybody for getting involved as always. Legends. What a great picture that is as well. An amazing stadium. France look like they're heading to the final, don't they? I had hopes that Morocco might give them a bit of a game. They haven't. They haven't. They've been very, very poor. And, you know, you can't be unfair. Like Morocco, I did want them to win, but they don't deserve to win. And France, I'd like to see them get knocked out, but they've been very, very good in getting the job done. But I think Morocco have invited the problems themselves. I do. Do you see a way back for Morocco? No. Kyle says, can you answer my last super start bench? Mate, there's fucking loads of them. I'm trying to work through them, but it's quite tiring trying to watch a game of football and work through all these stupid start bench cells that I actually started. So I'm sort of paying for my sins here. I will get to it, Kyle. Would you sell me, Mark? My name is Sunday. Oh, Sunday, sorry. Yeah, I've got nothing wrong with... There's nothing wrong with the name Sunday. I just prefer Friday and Saturday to the day Sunday. Start bench sell, Walking Dead, The Element led McFred, says Kesman. Going Dutch, past the Dutch, or Dutch Rudder, says Limsky. Start bench sell, says Mikey. Joel Glazer, the sitcom Fraser, or 10 minutes shot by a taser, says Scrapper. Aaron says Steve Jobs, hand job, no job. Surely United have to fully send for Kone. We've done that one as well. I think we've almost caught up here, which would be absolutely great because Kyle says Jim skin, foreskin, or Rumpelstiltskin. That was Kyle, that was really worth you saying, can you please go back to my one? You were really eager for me to say foreskin, weren't you? Bit weird. Omar says Price is Right, Katie Price or Declan Rice. Sell Katie Price. Bench the Price is Rice. Price is Right. Start Declan Rice. 7 Dwarfs, Red Dwarfs, Warwick Davies, says Short-Tempered Gamer. I don't get it. Oh, was he the guy who was the Ewok? I actually liked his sitcom as well, so I would probably start him. Bench Red Dwarf was okay, and I didn't really like the 7 Dwarfs. Teddy Sheringham, Alan Shearer, or Ed Sheeran, says Eric. Who do you think are the biggest top 3 rollers? Mbappe, Cunha, Saka. Right, I'm not. Right, seriously, people are not taking the hint. Do not do another super chat with the start bench sell. I've dropped the hint. I'm dying a death here. I'm bored to tears of them. I am not reading any more out. So do not do it. Do not waste your time. If you've got something about football or something a little bit different, by all means, I am not doing another start bench sell. I've remembered this is a bad idea. It's a bad idea. It absolutely fries your brain. No, I'm not interested in any more. Charlie says, Kone looks very solid. United go for him. I've told you a week ago. Keep your eye on Manu Kone to Man United. Thoughts on Argentina playing all their games at night and the only game they was played in the day was played indoors, says Abraham. I think that might be stretching it a little bit, to be honest. Do you think Tuchel has proved the doubters who criticised his squad selection, says Alfie? I think he's got to beat Norway, and then whatever happens, the doubters have been shut up. I think if we lost to Norway, even though it's a World Cup quarter-final and they are good, I still think some people would say, what an opportunity, and he blew it. So I still think he will have doubters if we get beat by Norway, despite the fact I don't think he should. But if he beats Norway, I think that gives him a lot of breathing space, yeah. Pet dog, hot dog, or your best mate's gran, who's a dog? Jason, you're very harsh. Prattman, Batman, Steve McManaman, says Mac. Let's hope Belgium delivers tomorrow against Spain. I sadly predict a very similar game tomorrow night between Belgium and Spain, where Belgium sit back instead of attacking and respect Spain, who gradually pick them off. I suspect that is the type of game we'll get tomorrow. If England got knocked out, would you want France to win? Never. Never ever would I want that. Sorry, it's transfer window. I'm getting stuff here. Deciding whether to proceed. Mbappe's off. Mbappe. And Mateta comes up. Well, they're 2-0 up with 13 minutes to go. I need... What do I need? I need corners. I need corners for the bet builder. And I need another goal for the bet builder. I need over 2.5 goals. And I'm told that Dembele has had 2 shots across the game. Obviously, he scored 1. Obviously, I've got France to win, Mbappe to score at any time, Dembele over 1.5 shots. All those things have happened. I need 3 goals and I need over 9 corners, which I don't think we've had many corners. I'm going to get done on corners, aren't I? 6. We've had 6 corners. Fuck. Oh, I'm done. I need 9.5. It's not going to happen. Who's the biggest rival national team for England, says Darryl. I think that's a good question. I'd say England's biggest rival in international football is probably Argentina. Mainly because of Mexico 86. I think Germany used to be, but I don't think they are anymore. Germany, I don't think Germany are anymore. I think it's Argentina. But maybe it's a personal thing. Maybe to you, Germany is. But to me, I don't see Germany as England's biggest rival anymore. I think for me that sort of got put to bed in when we beat them in that qualifier at their place 5-1. I think we you know, it was getting a bit boring. Germany England as a big massive rival. It's a rivalry, but I think we've played them so many times in my lifetime that I just don't know where else that goes. Maybe it'll become another rivalry again, and it is a rivalry, but I don't think it's our biggest rivalry. I think Argentina's a bigger rivalry because we don't play them as much. And when you think about Argentina, we had 86 Hand of God, got cheated. We had 98 lost on penalties. Beckham got sent off because Simeone cheated. And then we beat them in 2002 with a penalty in the group stage. Have we played them since then? Yeah. Well, look, it's a personal thing to me. We just had another corner. It's a personal thing to me, but I'd say Argentina. 50 million subs on YouTube or a United treble. Oh, so personal gain, narcissistic knobhead or a United treble. I mean, I'm going to go United treble, aren't I? Oh, Mateta nearly scored there. Raphael says, Sugar Babes, Busby Babes, Babe Station. I mean, that's very disrespectful to put Busby Babes in with that crap band. But 100% Busby Babes start. The other two, we can both get out. Do you think there is a marquee signing left, says Ash? Look, I keep saying this. I've been saying it for a week. I've spoken about it on the morning show and I've spoken about it on the evening show. There's something with that Edison deal that's not right. There's something about that Edison deal that's not right. Santos passes a medical in a day. Edison has done a medical in Brazil, has done another medical here and is having another medical. 3 medicals. There's something not right. There's something not right. And when you look at his injury history, it's got to be the knee. It reminds me of Fekir for Liverpool, where he's probably absolutely fine, but he's probably got something with his knee where the medical team are saying that could never be a problem, or it could be a problem at some point. And I think United have got a decision to make. They might still do the deal, and they better hope he doesn't get injured. Or they've got to try and find a way out of the deal. Now, for me, it's really harsh on the player, but you walk. You walk. It's like the film Heat. Do not attach yourself to anything in your life that you can't walk away from in 10 seconds if you feel the heat coming around the corner. And I think that's an amazing discipline to have. We're talking about a medical on a player that's not Kylian Mbappe. There's plenty of other players out there that we could go for. He's 27. He might have something with his knee that could be a problem in the future. You walk. If it was Tonali or it was Anderson, I'd probably have a different approach. But I think you've got to walk. And also, the club have got to realise football fans aren't stupid. Like, we've sort of figured out there's a problem, and if they take the risk and it goes wrong, they'll get absolutely lambasted for it. What do you think of Jerusalem, says Liam? I think it's a brilliant song. Thoughts on Hassan from Egypt? Sorry, wasn't here during the Egypt watch-along. Very good player, Oman. I mean, I don't know at what level he can play at. Shot from Morocco there, saved by Menyon, straight at him. I don't know what level... Al Pacino was on coke that whole movie, says Lowe. No, I think his character was on coke for that movie. That was the whole point. The detective he plays is meant to be on coke. Yeah. What's the transfer news? Is it United related, says Neil Bill? It is. I can't put it out at the moment because I'd be in massive trouble and I would be betraying confidences. But let's just say it's confirmation on something I've spoken about today. 8 corners. I need another goal and another 2 corners in the last 10 minutes. Thoughts, Glasner to Forest and maybe Curtis Jones. I mean, that will be good for them, Space Dog. I think Pereira is unlucky because he was playing good football there, but, you know, that Forest owner changes his managers as much as he changes his bloody shoes. I thought Morocco had scored there. Flick at the front post. J-Dead says, if Norway beats England, will you root for them? Yeah. The 3 teams I want to win it are obviously England, Morocco, and Norway. And Morocco about to go. So, yeah. Chachi says, I don't know much about Kone. Is he tier 2 or 3? He'd be tier 2, I think. Yeah. Do you think Everton can get Europe next season? No, Tristan, I don't. Ashy says there's been 6 corners. You might make it. There's been more than that now. Marge says, hello, Mr. Bridge. Why are there so many people in the chat with managerial dilemmas of choosing this starting 11? Anyway, start, bench, sell, Messi or Ronaldo. You cheeky get. I'm not a fan of Rabiot. I think he's another chancer. I mean, for a chancer, he has stuck about for a long time, Gluten. Free dog. Yusuf says, what can we do as a lifelong South African fan to get the Glazers out? Nothing. Can't do anything, mate. Unless a billionaire comes along and is determined to get hold of the club. Nothing. Jose, I'm not doing any more, I told you. Oh, well, Issei shoots wide. Can he have a corner? Not being disrespectful, says Deck. I would like to stress that, but does any other big nation consider England their rival? No, I think who sees us as a rival? Wales, Scotland. I don't know. Do France see us as a rival? Do Germany see us as a rival? Do Argentina see us as a rival? Probably not. I don't know. Argentina hate us. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, Argentinians hate the English, definitely. Well, not all of them, but there is a tradition there. Mark, we need to see Gold Devils next season, says Jam. What's your thoughts on Kwanzaa's 2-match ban? I think Messi's tackle was worse. He didn't get a red, but if he did, I bet he wouldn't have got a 2-match ban. Look, Jack, I thought the tackle by Kwanzaa, as I said at the time, was completely stupid. Some people disagree with me. Even my own daughter said I was a bit harsh. But I said he was reckless, out of control, in an area of the pitch he didn't need to be, and it could have cost England their World Cup run. And I've seen that happen before. So, you know, I think it was a stupid challenge. However, in the context of what we've seen happen in the World Cup, I'm talking the USA, I'm talking Messi's tackle. Another corner. I think a 1-match ban was sufficient. I think 2 is very, very harsh. We've got another corner here. I'm just trying to figure out how many corners we've had. I'm being told if France score, no, I think that's the 9th corner. I think that's corner number 9. There needs to be another one then, and a goal. Oh, and Mateta heads it over the bar. Yeah, so what I'm talking about here is we've been sponsored by Boyle Sports on the stream. My bet builder, which you can do one for yourself on any game, is you put a number of things together in one bet. So I had an 11-1 bet, France to win, Mbappe to score at any time, over 2.5 goals, over 9.5 corners, and Ousmane Dembele over 1.5 shots. Dembele's done the shots, Mbappe's scored, France are going to win. I just need another goal and another corner. It's not going to happen, is it, in 2 minutes? Stranger things have happened, but it's not going to happen. Let's get real. George says, how was your coffee today, Mark? Have you been doing good lately? I've only had my morning coffee. My evening coffee routine is over now because I don't need to stay up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Will you discuss the news on the morning show? Yes. I'm sort of... Look, we were very well briefed on Tchouaméni. Obviously, I've said to you a week ago, keep an eye on Manu Kone. We're quite lucky at the moment. We're getting some decent stuff. And I'm now very well briefed, which is why I was being quiet a lot, on another story that's not to do with Kone. Obviously, it's not to do with Tchouaméni now. So very well briefed on it. But it's not for the ears of an ITK or anything like that, because it will shit. The shit will hit the fan with this one. And I will tell you the full story about it to credit the people involved when it comes out. Because it's not my story. It's from well, I'd say 3 or 4 people are sitting on it. Ref seems fine after all the rigging talks. Nets, how could this referee, who's Argentinian, rig it for Argentina if Morocco don't fucking turn up? Is it good news or bad news? I'd say it's... Depends. Depends, really. It could go either way. Chillin says, at least say it's good news or bad news. Well, I can't say it's good news or bad news because it's not... The reason it's not out there is because it's not done yet. Morocco came to lose, says James. Mate, I think this World Cup, we've called a lot of things. A lot of things. Tactically, we've called a lot of things. You know, you go back to that Brazil game when they were losing against Japan. They need to put crosses into the box and get their midfielders in the box, and Casemiro scored. There was a game, I think it was Netherlands, maybe Netherlands-Morocco, where I said second half they'll get tired and we'll see some goals. I think we spoke about this in the first 5 minutes tonight. Morocco are playing too defensive, too pragmatic, and showing too much respect. And they'll end up regretting it. And they have. They just didn't turn up. The tactics were shit. But, it might happen. It might happen tomorrow with Belgium as well. And it's a lesson. Don't get to a quarter-final and think, let's keep it tight. It's such a great opportunity. Get to a quarter-final and go, this is an opportunity. Let's grab it. Another corner. Fucking hell. I need a goal in the next 5 minutes. I've literally hit every fucking thing on my bet builder apart from over 2.5 goals. I just need a goal. Oh, it's not going to happen, is it? Five Bags says you were incredible this World Cup. Thanks, Mark. Still going. Do you think Liverpool have a good start to the season? I think Liverpool need to be more active in the window, mate. That young lad you've brought, I know he might be good, but he's young, isn't he? Vinny! Hey, Vinny! It's Vinny! Hey, Vinny! It's Vinny! Hey, Vinny! Mark, once you reach 1.5 million subscribers, you're officially the best watch-along in the Emirates. Keep up the awesome work. Thanks, Vinny. Do you know a YouTuber called King Boomer? Maybe you guys can do a Man United watch-along this upcoming season. Never heard of him, George. And I'm not being disrespectful. I've never heard of them. At least say it is good news or bad. Done that. How was your coffee? Done that. Thank you very much. Charlie says, in what time frame do you think the news will break? Could be tonight. I don't know. I'm not in control of when it breaks. I mean, what I would say is I think it will come out soon because I don't know how you can keep it quiet much longer. Someone had to pay for the corruption, so they take one ban from the US and hand it to England. Well done, FIFA, says Maher. Oh, Mateta, you nearly won my bet, you twat. He missed. What a chance. If that had been Mbappe, it would have been done. Steve says there'd be all-out war online if Messi scored with a handball before with VAR not checking and the replay wasn't shown. Stephen, probably comment of the evening. Like, we have never seen... Oh, just seen it now. They've just shown it. Let me go back. Well, where's the handball? Oh, I don't think they have shown the handball. Well, who was meant to handball it then? Because there was no handball there. Rabiot to Doué to Mbappe. There wasn't a handball. Maybe that's. I mean, apparently the Moroccan players were talking about it. Anto Max says King Boomer has reacted to your clips. He loved it. Right. I think I might know who it is. Let me have a quick look. Despite being a reasonably large YouTube channel, I'm very crap at watching oh, I do know who it is. He did the video laughing at my clips. Yeah. Yeah. I do know who it is, yeah. And you know what, I watched that reaction and I did quite enjoy it because it was looking back on stuff that I did years ago, so it was quite good. Oh, it's over. 2-0 to France. I mean, look, at the end of the day, my bet builder didn't come in, but again, I was so close. One more goal and it would have come in. Big shout out to Ball Sports. Remember, 18 plus. Please be gamble aware. Links in the description. And I'll have another one tomorrow night for Belgium against Spain. Please bet responsibly, of course. Thank you very much to Ball Sports for that. I've got to say, we had a day break from the World Cup, and I feel like Morocco went home yesterday. Too easy for France. It's annoying how bad Morocco were. And you've got to give credit to France, but it wasn't like they dominated Morocco with brilliant football. Morocco played shit. A to win says, I thought Morocco were fine, but France were just too good. I disagree, mate. I actually do disagree. I think France were decent, but I don't think they ever got out of gear 3. Because I don't think Morocco got out of gear 1. And I'm talking about a 6-gear car. No, I think Morocco's tactics were really negative. And I certainly don't expect to see Moroccan players down crying. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. Hopefully France-Spain semi-final, I agree. I think that'll be a good semi-final. But great. Okay, well, look, I've really enjoyed the stream with you tonight. Make sure you're on the United Stand at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, because hopefully we'll be able to bring this news to you that I was talking about tonight. And then you can go and say, I was there on That's Football when Goldbridge was talking about it. Thanks everyone who subscribed, by the way. We have gone past 499,000. We're on 490,010. So we're 990 subscribers away from 1.5 million. I'm hoping we're going to do it. We can do it together. What a great community you've been. Thanks for all the comments. It wasn't the best game at times, but we had some good conversations. I I will speak to you. Well, I don't think this news is going to break tonight, and I'm certainly not bloody breaking it. I'll get a bloody broken arm if I do. But tomorrow morning probably will. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. I'll speak to you on the next one. Flux says the Moroccans don't even look that disappointed. No, they don't, do they? They genuinely don't. Paraguay were gutted. Moroccans just look sort of like, meh. Strange. Speak to you all in a bit. Take care.